Right, well, attempt number 3, third time lucky. We're not going to get caught out by failing equipment and a driver that's gone too fast. We're hopefully not going to get caught out by antediluvian levels of floods. That's pishing down to most ordinary people. But it's the third attempt at the quiz, 24th of February, Friday. Set your watches, 3 o'clock. Told you I could do it. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do the quiz. If you haven't updated your app, so you don't have the app on your phone, then you need this app. And if you are an Apple wanker, you need to download it from that if you haven't got it already. And if you're a cool kind of Android type person like me, that one. And if you've got some other device that has some other operating system, then you need to reassess your life choices. Anyway, what's happening? I can tell you, well, here's a little bit of factual background for the 24th. Just in case it might come up in the quiz, it might not. I just don't know yet because I haven't written the bloody thing. It's also gone off my screen, which isn't really helpful, but bear with me. It wouldn't be a calendar, a proper calendar, if it wasn't for, in 1582, Pope Gregory, Big Greg, the man, invented his own calendar called the Gregorian calendar. That's how we get 365 and a quarter days a year and all that kind of stuff, because that was him, that was. One for the geeks, 1854. You like licking the backs of people's heads? Well, the penny red was introduced for the first time with perforations, so you could take off those heads and lick them all and stuff like that, yeah. 1868, Prince Andrew. No, Prince Andrew, he's not been impeached, he should have been. President Andrew Johnson was the first American president to be impeached, wasn't convicted, and only 2 others have been impeached, and neither of those were convicted either. What else do we have? 1920, women's rights and all that kind of stuff. Nancy Astor, she becomes the first woman to give a speech in the House of Commons on this day in 1920. And also, I'm sure this is no coincidence, but Hitler founds the Nazi Party. I'm saying nothing about that. 1923, another one for another type of geek, the Flying Scotsman, the big train enters service for the first time. 1968, here's another vote for feminism and all that kind of stuff. The first pulsar was discovered by Jocelyn Bell Burnell and some colleague called Anthony Hewish, but we just ignore him. 1978, Fleetwood Mac, great rock band and all that kind of stuff. Some of you older people might have heard of it. They win a Grammy for Rumours, fantastic album. You should listen to it if you haven't. 1998, Elton John's knighted by a queen. Sorry, the Queen. I knew I'd get that one wrong. And and it's the anniversary, happy anniversary. Vladimir Putin's invaded Ukraine this time last year. Yeah, so there we go. What else do we have? Births, nearly my favourite. 1940, Dennis Law, superstar, footballer and all that kind of stuff. 1947, Rupert Holmes. Who's Rupert Holmes, I hear you cry? Well, he sang this. If you like pina coladas. Yeah, I can't do too much, otherwise I'll get a copyright strike. But yeah, the Pina Colada song. Dennis Waterman, 1948, he sang all his own songs. And if you don't know who he is, you might look him up. Also in the singing category, Plastic Bertrand, who it turns out actually didn't sing his own songs, but that's another story. But that's not going into the quiz, don't worry about that. Steve Jobs, 1955, a maker of one of your devices, no doubt. Maybe personally, I don't know. And for shits and giggles, basically, 1973, Stubby Clapp, who is a Canadian baseball player and not a disease, or a round of applause from Jeremy Beadle. My second favourite category, no, it's my favourite, isn't it? Deaths, celebrity deaths. 1990, poor old Johnny Ray indeed. Who's Johnny Ray? Well, he did this. Just walking in the rain. He didn't do the whistle. And neither did I. But he's also famous because he was on Dexy's Midnight Runners, get their teeth in, Dexy's Midnight Runners, Con Eileen. And also Billy Joel's We Didn't Start the Fire. Yep. Bobby Moore, footballer, he died. And 2014, Harold Ramis from Ghostbusters. Maybe he's in his own film again, who knows. What else? That's all the facts. There's not much interesting goes on the 24th of January, except the spectacular Rayside Chisholm quiz, of course, which is happening this Friday. Set your watches and all that kind of stuff. There may be other facts in there. Those aren't the only questions that could come up, and I'm not saying that they will, but there's other things that come up. For example, you could want to understand what's happening on the 24th of January for all the number ones that have happened in the UK since 1953. There's the list. Pick your bones out of that. But there's definitely other stuff coming up. So I will see you all 3 o'clock Friday. Be there, be square, or all that kind of stuff. Until then, have fun and have a nice week and all that.